Hi, again. As you can see, I'm using the same picture that's going to be for these chill and chat videos because I just think it'll make it a lot easier when you see this picture, thumbnail, whatever. You'll know that it's just me rambling on chatting. It's not actually showing you something like a book, so up to you whether you watch or not. Anyhow, I asked people if for ideas for something to talk about. I got a couple of ideas from Prophet, so hi, shout out to you, Prophet. Hi, much love. I know you mentioned something about making dating easier or something or better. Well, I don't think I'm really the best place to, say to people about dating because I've been in a long term relationship for a very long time now. Seriously long. So I kind of don't feel like that's, obviously I've got opinions about it, but I wouldn't say I was really qualified. So I thought I'd just talk about relationships generally. So before I got into a long term relationship, I was going out in pubs and nightclubs and all. Because for all you younger folk, that's how it was done back then. None of this like online stuff. And it was just one of those things. You met people, you talk, they come over to your table and talk to you, and then maybe something came from it or not. But as I said, I don't want to talk about sort of the dating game as such because I've been out of it for so long. I really don't think I would have a clue about it now. What makes it okay or not? All I can say is that I feel like some values are being lost in favour of a lot more shallow requirements. Like people seem bothered about your height, your income. And before I got into a proper relationship, when I was just going out, I wasn't even going out dating with her. I was just going out drinking with friends, and if it happened, it happened. If I met anyone, great. But that wasn't my sole purpose. And I didn't have a checklist then. I can't say that none of that would have ever bothered me. And one important thing that I do wish to talk about is people's opinions, because when people say somebody is out of their league, I hate that expression. I can't stand that expression. Leagues are for sports teams, not for people, not for relationships. Why on earth would you ever put yourself down that bad that you feel like someone is out of your league? Only if you let them be. As I've always said all along to people, I'm not a good looking person. And I'm not. Seriously, I'm not. But I don't care. I do not give a crap. It never got in the way of me meeting people because confidence and sense of humour were what gets people to notice you. And, I never would have looked at all these, real tall, good looking, muscular guys and thought, they're going to look at me. Probably not. But who cares, Even if I just met them on a night out and we just had a chat and had a laugh, had a nice night, and then they go their way, I go mine. So be it. It was never a problem. So I do not care about leagues. I don't believe in that shite at all. I just think, you've got to have some self-worth, have some confidence. If you're single and looking, go out, be your true self. And don't judge people for, they're not the normal type you might go for. That doesn't mean to say that they wouldn't be an ideal fit for you, because I sometimes think, if you keep trying and you it doesn't work out. Maybe it's the fact that you just keep going for the same type of person all the time. You've got a set idea in your head of who you want. And maybe it's a question of, the person that you need more than the person that you want. Because looks fade. Looks aren't important. I don't really see that wealth should be that important. I don't see why height should be that important. I'm small because of being disabled, and I couldn't really stand up and walk until I was 5 years old, so I'm a short ass, so, nearly every guy I'm gonna meet is taller than me, so that was never a thing. Body shape was never a thing, didn't care. Looks, don't care, because when I think back to all my exes, not one of them look alike, not one. The one before Jay was heavier set than him, dark hair, blue eyes. He's blonde with blue eyes and he's slim. So it's not a specific type. It's kind of more of a question of, I know who it isn't. You can tell just straight away after you meet someone, you get a bit of a vibe for who they are. So it's more knowing who it isn't, but don't have a set particular type. So that would be my advice, would just be to, don't consider anybody off limits unless they're spoken for, obviously, but I mean, not by this league nonsense. Be yourself, have a sense of humour, and when you're dating somebody, just enjoy it, be in the moment and enjoy it for what it is. Why rush? You don't have to settle down straight away, not unless you are absolutely sure you found the one. And when people who haven't been in a long relationship say, how do you know? You just know. Trust me, you just know. You'll know when it happens. You'll know when it's the right one. It's just a feeling because you're comfortable around them and a lot of things match up, important things. Morals and ethics and that. Who cares about whether, if you don't share the same, like you don't like the same music. Or, opposites attract. He likes a lot of things that aren't for me. He's into Pokemon and anime, and obviously he's a gamer. He's been playing games for years and years since he was a teenager. And I'm not a gamer. I have no desire to be a gamer. I enjoy watching other people do it. So it's whatever comfy for you. So, it's getting a bit long this video now. I think I've said enough, and I hope you put something in the comment section. If you're comfortable to talk about it, you talk about your relationship. How did you meet? Where did you meet? How long have you been together? What makes it work? Be interesting to get your opinions on all this. Right, anyway, so leave it for now. Thank you for watching or listening. Take care. See you next time. Bye for now.